Hello, thank you so much for joining me. Today I am doing my February wrap up. This is going to be kind of short just because I think I was in a bit of a reading slump, especially towards the beginning of February. I think I've kind of got out of it now, but so I didn't read loads of books, just the ones that I did read, and yeah, my thoughts on them. If you weren't already aware, I was in 2 readathons last month. I was in the Clueathon and the Romance Readathon. For the Clueathon I was on Team Sherlock, and for the Romance Readathon I was on Team Mixed Feelings. So the first book that I read, which took me took up the first week or so in February, I think, just because it took me a while to get into it. It's Children of Virtue and Vengeance. This is the sequel to Children of Blood and Bone, which is a YA fantasy. I think most people have heard of it. I think I gave this 4 stars. I did enjoy it. I think I enjoyed it as much as Children of Blood and Bone, but Children of Blood and Bone is one of my favourite books, and it took me a while to get into it. Also, it ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, so I just really want the 3rd book to hurry up and be released because I need to know what happens next. Yeah, I did enjoy it. The next book that I read, Ironside, which is the 3rd book in the Modern Fairy Tales series by Holly Black. Modern Fairy Tales series is again another YA fantasy series. It's in the same universe as the Cruel Prince and the Folk of the Air series, but it's technically a prequel series, except you don't have to read one or the other to understand each of them. So I did enjoy it. I think I gave this one 3 stars. I preferred it to Valiant, which is the 2nd book in the Modern Fairy Tales series, but I think my favourite in the series is Tithe, which is the 1st book. But yeah, I did enjoy it. The next book that I read was actually an arc. This is Circus Maximus Race to the Death. This book is released on the 4th of March, I think, so very soon. This is a middle grade historical fiction. It follows the main character Dido, I'm not sure how to say it, as she tries to kind of pursue her dream of being a chariot racer in the Circus Maximus. It's a really good book and I'd recommend it. I think I gave this 4 stars. Hi, this is editing now. I just wanted to say I forgot to mention it because I don't actually have a physical copy, but I did read the selection as well, except I did DNF it. I read it on an audiobook and I didn't like it. I DNF'd it about halfway through, but I gave it 2 stars. I think most people have heard of it. I just wanted to say, mainly because it helps the amount that I read in February look a little bit more impressive than it did already because I was in a reading slump. But yeah, I didn't like it though. I can see myself maybe when I was a bit younger, if I'd read it when I was younger, then I think I would have quite enjoyed it. I don't like it now and I didn't finish it. Next book that I read was One of Us is Lying. I do have a reading vlog for this. It was the most recent video on my channel. If you want to see my full thoughts on it and stuff, you can look there. That's a spoiler-free reading vlog though, so I didn't go too into detail. And I won't go too into detail here, but this, I'm sure most people know, but it's a murder mystery. Basically, there are 5 students in detention, and then one of them ends up having an allergic reaction and dies. So then it's the police blame all 4 of them and it's trying to work out who the murderer actually is. If this 3.7 stars, if you look on Goodreads, it's a 4 because you can't give decimal stars, which that's kind of annoying. But yeah, I think it was a good book for most of the book. The ending was disappointing. I'm not going to go too into detail. Also, I think it didn't deal with suicide and depression very well. Yeah, I did enjoy it and I think I will read the sequel, even though it felt more like a standalone. According to Em from Em Reads, it's the sequel is more like a kind of companion to it and doesn't just continue on with the story. I also plan to read more of this author because I did like it and I like her writing style. And then the final one, which I haven't yet finished, is Princess at Heart, which is the 4th book in the Rosewood Chronicles series. I'm on page 129 at the moment. I don't know how far that is. I think that's, according to Goodreads, that's about 40% of the way through. I think, I'll have to check. I can't give too much of a rating. But this is the 4th book in the Rosewood Chronicles series, which, if you've seen basically any of my other videos, you'll know that they are some of my favourite books. So yeah, I'm really liking it so far. Once I finish it, I will do a full review on my channel. Okay, so that's all. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.
She calls me day and night. I'm sorry, girl, you just don't make me